Schwiggity schwaggity! How we doing, Liquanians? Who juicing the fuck up? Previously on Kimba TV. By the way, I'm not saying you should do this. Danzel says Kimba giving final. You know there's gonna be motherfuckers that are gonna be pissed when it does this. Scam. Gotta be testnet. Gotta be testnet. Gotta be testnet. Yeah. Who juicing? Who juicing? Who be juicing? Is everybody caught up on yesterday's thang? Denial says I closed my short too early. I don't know how that's possible considering we talked about TP1, TP2. Look at that. Schwiggity. Schwiggity. We talked about it. Schwiggity. JV Rose says, did plan change because of night movement? What do you mean? Were you here for the night stream last night, JV? Do you know what position I'm in? Are you caught up on the highlights? Do you know what my short entry is? Owner says gonna long 65.66. It's probably not that great of an idea, but take a shot if you want to. Yeah, I mean, nothing really changed since the day stream. Let me turn off the music. Do you remember when we were doing this? You remember when we were trying to get into a hedge short yesterday? Do you remember this? By the way, I'm not saying you should do this. Danzel says Kimba giving final. You know there's gonna be motherfuckers that are gonna be pissed when it does this. Scam. Gotta be testnet. Gotta be testnet. Gotta be testnet. So I have a short from 750. I don't know if you can always go to twitch.tv/Kimba and rewatch the stream from last night. Let's see here. Johnny says, did something really important happen in the late night stream? I mean, it depends. Are you confused on what's happening right now? I'm in a head short. If you feel like you need help, then you should watch everything. If you feel like you don't need it, then you don't need to watch it, Johnny. But we went over like everything. Andre says, have you shaved some of your shorts at this level? So Andre, you need to get caught up. Andre, I would start with maybe 2 weeks ago, Andre. So I've said this every day for the last 2 weeks. That's why I say 2 weeks, Andre. If I am going to do a hedge short, where is my TP going to be? So for you to ask that question, you're not understanding my overall plan, Andre, and that's okay, but I would try to get caught up. So I've already said, literally from 2 weeks ago, Andre, what my TPs on the shorts are. Do you know what it would be? Do you know what the objective is with the short? It's to protect the long. So if you think about it from that perspective, where is my TP on the short? And you also may want to watch yesterday's late night stream. So yesterday I was talking about looking for a hedge short, right? And for the last 2 weeks, I've said you can either decide to shave a little bit on the long. I can decide to shave a little bit on the long, or I can hedge short. It's the same thing, right? I can realize profits, or I can hedge short and I can lock in the profit that I would have when the long position starts to lose profits when the position or the price goes down, right? So the place that I would be thinking about if I was going to TP a short would be, where would all the longs get stopped out? That's what we basically talked about yesterday, which would be the 64-65 zone. Okay, but theoretically, if I'm trying to protect my long theoretically the short isn't making any profit until I close the long, correct? So those kind of conceptual thoughts should be able to tell you where I would shave or TP the short. Does that make sense, Andre? I want you to have those like higher higher level abstract concepts. I'm always going to have those types of higher level concepts guiding my shorter time frame executions. Mr. Binary, you Gucci. Johnny says, I'm not confused what's happening right now. This was explained in the day stream. Good stuff. Yeah, like I just said right now, the thing that we talked about a lot last night, Johnny, was about TPs for the short. Yeah. Mr. Exodus says, how early did you front run that short? So I don't know if you were here for the late night stream last night, but it's actually not that hard if you've been watching the. So do you know what like? So what I would probably, who was that was asking? Exodus. You were here when I was trying to look for the hedge short around here, right? You see this? You see that, right? So this was the sweep level that we talked about, right? And my entry is a little bit higher, right here. And I said that should be your stop loss. Remember? Yes? You see it? And you see how I said, you know there's going to be motherfuckers that are going to be pissed when it does this. See it? So it's either you can take the swing fail of those bad highs, or the next level of interest would be that yellow line, right? So how long have I had these lines? If you were never thinking about hedge shorting, then I'm never going to be able to convince you that maybe you should be a little bit bearish. Okay? But you see how I had this all planned out? And you see how I said it could easily just go to the next level? Okay? What is that next level, aside from it being a pixel perfect thang? Do you know what it is? Do you know that it's 7.5? So if we go to the higher time frame, remember this chart that I've had, which is guiding me? Okay, so we talked about, hey, this is a hedge short opportunity, correct? If I wasn't trying to get on the yacht, I think I would have had a much better short. That it front ran the 7.5 pixel perfect. So if I wasn't on my, if I wasn't trying to get to the boat, I think I would have actually had like pixel perfect short, to be honest with you. Okay, Exodus. But I took the bearish retest. So me personally, I'm already looking for a hedge short, right? I already knew what kind of level I was looking at. I took that bearish retest because that was the original entry that I wanted. So I'm watching, right? No swing fail, no swing fail. Okay, it goes here. Okay, fuck. Okay, it goes here. Bearish retest. That's the original entry that I wanted. Okay, filled. Let's take it. Math. But if you weren't looking for a hedge short, Exodus, and like clearly I'm looking for a hedge short, and I'm clearly ready if it wants to go to that level, you know? But if you didn't know that you should maybe take a hedge short, and all you were looking at was just what I said, and you didn't truly understand, and you missed the short, then that's okay. Should we get a swag? Buds of Dank says, when price is going down and open interest is going down, what's that mean again? Open interest going down means that positions are closing. If price is going down and positions are closing, what is closing? Longs are getting squeezed, buds of dank. So price going down, open interest going down. Longs getting squeezed. All right, buds? Yeah, so Matt, an easy way to think about it is just walk it backwards. Open interest going down means what? So this is the part that you can write down and memorize and remember. Open interest going down, positions are closing. Open interest going up, positions are opening. So you start with, okay, open interest went down. That means positions closed, okay? And then you said price went down. So what would have to get closed for price to go down? Matt. OI went down. That means positions closed. So what would have to have closed for it to make the price go down? Kamaji says, is full rotation in play? That's a negative. Daily open is inside of value area, brother. My pleasure, Matt. And I don't know if you've been around to hear me explain this part too, but that's just the first dimension. Would you like me to elaborate on the other dimensions? So the second dimension would be you comparing between USD coin margin and USDT stable coin. Okay, so that's where you can kind of go to Coinalyze and bust out aggregate open interest for stable coin margin, meaning open interest that is going up or down with stable coins as the margin, like USDT, USDC, etc., or are margins being used and backed by coins, the specific coins, so basically Bitcoin. The third dimension would be comparing and contrasting the historical relevance between different exchanges and different pairs. So have you been here when we looked at the open interest for Binance BTC USDT versus Bybit BTC USD? And we were able to notice a pattern that Binance longs will get stopped out in profit. The Bybit longs are usually top longing and they usually get stopped out at a loss. So being able to determine that and use that as an edge. And it might be the opposite way. So you got to be able to read the data that's in front of you. But the different ways that you can take your OI journey. Bugatti? Dark Alien says, question, if BTC takes these single prints at 63K, okay, would that break the higher time frame bullish structure in your opinion? So yes and no. Yeah, it would. However, the thing that would change something to that. So for example, Dark Alien, is there a value area high or a value area low around the 63? Okay. And regardless of if it's a value area high or a value area low, it's a value range, right? So what could potentially be a reaction, for example, that could be bullish still, even if it grabs 63? If swing fails and it closes a 1 hour, 4 hour above, say, 64. So I wouldn't want 64 to get lost, which means that I don't want significant time spent under 64. So even if it goes to 63 and grabs a single print, as long as it's like a grab and go, I wouldn't mind. As it goes to those single prints and it goes to 63, as long as a shit ton of longers get wiped out, I don't mind. It's if I were to see a bunch of shorts opening, then not only is the structure broken, but it's breaking with bearish order flow. So it's not as simple as just saying, hey, if it grabs the 63, it would come down to how it grabs it, Dark Alien. Because what if it wicks to 63 and it has a 15-minute wick back to 65K? Would that be still bearish? The way in which it reacts is a little bit of a variable, right, Dark Alien? I'm not saying that it would, but imagine if it tapped the single prints at 63 and it wicked back up in 5 minutes to 65. I don't think I would interpret that as bearish. So it would depend on what kind of data we see as we approach those levels. Schwiggity? Like 63 high, like 63, that 63 doesn't really scare me because 64, 65 is where the bad lows are. So, you know what? You guys want to vibe out a little bit on some TA? Dark Alien says that's great input. Yeah, because here, I'm sure you guys have all noticed this. But, so did y'all... Hold on a second. Let me turn off the music for a second. Barbados, Fernandez, how many of you guys are here for the recap, but you missed this morning? Just so I have an idea of how much I should go back in time. Are you guys at least caught up on yesterday's shit? Like, you guys understand that we were looking for a hedge short yesterday? So, like, you guys understand that I'm looking for a hedge short? Fuck, where did my headphones go? Hold on a second. This is a little annoying that every time it does this. Oh, there we go. Do you see that line? So everybody watch this? You see how I drew that right up to that yellow line? Is everybody caught up on at least this? Because I don't want to... You got to understand why we were looking for hedge shorts yesterday and why it pixel fucked on that line that we've had all this time. So... You got to at least understand why I'm looking. You know what? I could even actually, I'm not going to go into exact, like repeating myself, but let's just start from the higher time frame. So we're all on the same page. And, you know, this is just one random person's outlook on all of this, y'all. So at the end of the day, make sure you do your own research. And if you're more bullish than I am, or if you're more bearish than I am, that's Gucci Magooch. The whole objective of being a lion is that you have enough confidence in yourself to do what you feel is right, regardless of what anybody else thinks. So just make sure that you do your own research. Gucci? All right, so on the higher time frame, we were already talking about and identifying these levels as potential hedge shorts. Even we were talking about this as a potential short, and we've been talking about this as a potential short. I wasn't in a hedge short last night because any sort of attempts that I had from here or from here, I already got stopped out in. So yesterday morning, that's why I'm, you know, kind of looking for some hedge shorts. Level to level, okay? So we were already talking about this would be a good area to hedge short. I'm not in a hedge short. I've always said for the last couple of days that if I were to open a new position, it would either be a dot long or a hedge short. So I have a long from down here. I don't really need to chase the long. I'm more focused on, am I potentially missing out on the bearish move because I'm blinded by my bullish edge? Or since I'm not TPing, I need to protect my long with a hedge short. So that's always been the plan for the last couple of days, if not maybe the last week and a half. Schwiggity schwaggity. So that's where we're at right now. So these levels have been here for quite some time. Everybody Gucci Magucci, right? Okay, so if we were to just kind of evaluate what it's doing right here, it is pixel perfect 7.5. Okay, I don't know if everybody can see that wick. Okay, and how many of y'all have been here long enough to see not just one, but multiple longs or shorts where I'm front running the 7.5 by like, 10, 20 bucks, and it's like Pico top or Pico bottom? How many of y'all been around to see me pull that shit off like multiple times? Schwiggity schwaggity? Schwiggity schwaggity? It's kind of a weird clapping sound. And so that 7.5 also confluences exactly with, guess what? The smaller time frame levels that we already talked about and identified. Everybody with me so far? If I wasn't, I streamed last night with y'all just like around this time, but if I wasn't on my flight and if I wasn't trying to like get to a boat, I would say 60-70% I'm getting that Pico top short again, because I'm already anticipating that level since that initial short didn't work. Everybody know where I have my hedge short from right now. Everybody know where I have my hedge short from right now. So if you look at this, this was the swing fail plan, right? This is the swing fail plan, okay? So including the fibs, it doesn't swing fail, okay? That's the entry, that's the stop loss. It's on the highlights, exclamation YouTube, okay? So it doesn't swing fail. However, it pixel fucks the 7.5 and the exact level that we had identified. Not only that, but it comes back. It does a bullish retest on the level that we identified, but it does a bearish retest exactly at the original entry that I wanted to get in at. So we're filled from there. It's not as big as my long or anything like that, but we have a head short right now. So it's basically this, except I didn't get stopped out because I took it on the bearish retest. And that's in yesterday night's video. And it's only an hour long. So if you want a little recap of the hedge short, how we played it, you can watch last night's stuff. So now that we're all caught up on the hedge short, let's talk about where we might be able to get into a long, TP the short, hedge the short, maybe another shorting opportunity coming up, etc., etc. So everybody saw that that was pixel fucking 7.5, right? Everybody saw that that was pixel fucking 7.5, so it went from the swing high, swing low 7.5. Anybody want to take a wild fucking guess what this pixel is? Anyone want to take a guess what this pixel is? And I swear to God, I haven't even pulled this fib. I actually don't know what it is. But anybody want to take a wild guess with me what the fuck this wick is? I swear to God, I haven't pulled it. I'm going to guess 7.5 with you guys. So, yeah. And again, I will ask again, how many of you guys have been here long enough to witness me pull off? How many of y'all know what I'm talking about? When I used to front run the 7.5 and I would just have one fat ass entry and I would just front run the 7.5 by like 10, 20, 30 bucks. And y'all would be like, how the fuck did you get that Pico perfect bottom? So this is something that happens enough where I can get filled blind on this. There's two ways to play this if you want to do something like this. You front run the 7.5 and you have your stop loss behind the 7.86, or you have your Kimba box from 7.5 to 8.86, stop loss on the lower, higher, high. Okay, G Jones has been hitting that shit a lot lately. Yes. So the first thing that I would say moving forward is, are there any harmonics that go from 7.5 to 7.5, what would be some projections that we could have just with Fibonacci? Alrighty. Don't try to answer that yet. These are some thoughts that I think we should build up as we start planning and move forward. So don't answer that. Don't answer that yet. But you just saw swing high, swing low, 7.5 rejection. That swing low, swing high, okay, just had a 7.5 bounce. Okay, so 7.5 up, 7.5 down. What will be the next target on any sort of harmonics? Let's just talk about like value and volume-based levels. These infamous Kimba lines. Alrighty, this is kind of interesting. You also have a little bit of a CVD bull div here. It's debatable on if it's qualifiable as a double bottom or if it's more of a like just ascending price, higher lows. But yeah, debatable on there's RSI and CVD bull regular div here. Also, I mean, let's not forget about the swing fail pattern. So I don't know how I would have played this, because I don't know if there was enough of like a retracement here. This just kind of went. But anybody in a swing fail long from here, 7.5, you know, Kimba box, 618, whatever edge that you had, any longers from here and any shorters from here. Longers from here, any shorters from here. How we doing? Maybe both. Maybe there's some lines that have both. That's Gucci Magucci like a motherfucker. All right. So, the next thing that I would want to maybe talk about is, are there any bad lows, bad highs on CME, Coinbase, and the REBATE? I got to double check, but I think CME is good on that low. Yes? Yeah. And you know what's kind of interesting is, let me go ahead and extend this point of control. Okay? I'm going to extend this line right here, and I'm going to make it red, and I'm going to make it the same thickness and adjust. So these value ranges were the levels that we kind of talked about over the weekend, where, man, you really wouldn't want to lose this. You maybe could get down here, you know, but aside from that, you really don't have much support going on, because this and this kind of overlaps. So, you know, whether it's kind of like these lows getting swept, but this is Gucci Magucci. This is great. So previous value range and point of control held. And then, like, look, let's do this for the value area high. And these, again, old, nothing new. So we're going to see if previous support is going to get turned into resistance. It'd be better to be able to flip that into support and then aim for that gap fill and then higher. If it goes close to 71 again, this time it'll probably go. So I don't know. Like I said, if this head short doesn't work, I don't really see myself trying. Maybe there could be like one of these, like a 71.4. Like something like that. But yeah, if this doesn't work here, then I probably won't look for a head short until 73 next, with the exception of, you know, that or some you know, incredibly unavoidable data that says, hey man, maybe you should at least take another head short. So that's it. So if you're in a short, I would definitely be interested in that 64.65. If you're looking for a short, Maybe 71.4 might be another opportunity for you, but me personally, I probably will be looking for 73. If you're looking for a nice little long, you might want to look at those bad lows, whether it's at 65, 64, you know what I'm talking about, the 64.5 zone. You know, some homie asked a question about, hey, what about like 63? Yeah, as long as the swing fail pattern on like at the 4 hour on 64.5, I think it'd be okay. Exclamation KOJ, don't forget about the trading competition. Kamaji, Zetus, Aritodo. Love you guys, man. Hey, don't tell baby girl, but I miss you guys. I can't wait to go back home, actually. Well, no, that's the wrong way to say it. You know what I mean. I won't, let me put it this way. I won't mind when it's time to go back home. It's a win-win. So that's what I love about these vacays. I don't mind when I have to go back home. It's a win-win. All right, y'all. Hey, stay safe. The Bugatti is the Bugatti, y'all. Right? Right? The Bugatti is the Bugatti. The math is the math. Ladies and gentlemen, longers I'm rooting for you. Shorters I'm rooting for you. Bulls, bears, we're all lions. Stay safe. Have a great night. I won't be here tomorrow morning, but I'll see you guys later in the afternoon. Maybe like an hour or two before daily candle close. All right. All right, y'all. Have a great night.